has officially been 1 month of no personal shopping, and my mind hasn't felt this clear in a long time. I have more time in the day, I don't feel like my mind is racing, and funnily enough, the more I get out and do things that aren't shopping, the less I think about clothes. I went for a walk and realized how many pieces of clothing do I need to keep myself warm? Where's the balance of just enough? I was walking around this park and there was nobody around, and I just had this feeling like this pair of cotton leggings and a sweatshirt is all I really need. I thought, why have I been so obsessed with finding something more? I wanted to give a little recap of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So basically, I decided at the end of September that I'm not shopping the rest of the year of 2025. And I started documenting my journey on YouTube. And if you haven't seen my first video kind of explaining everything and where I'm coming from, I can link that. But essentially, I'm trying to get over a kind of low scale shopping addiction is what I would call it. So, I feel like I was addicted to buying smaller purchases, like a bunch at a time over time. So not the shopping addiction where you're buying like very large items or very, luxury items, just everyday sort of items, but just a lot of them kind of spread out. So what I'm choosing to not buy are clothes, shoes, makeup and skincare. I don't feel like I'm gonna run out of anything. I had a pretty good back stock at the start of this, so I feel like I'll be good on those. And then home decor. I feel like I have my house pretty much set, how I want it at this point. And then for holidays, I have a collection that I can just use and just not add anything to it this year. There's gonna be plenty of cute decor next year, I'm sure, if I feel the need to or want to add anything. We're also planning a move really soon, right after the holidays, so I don't want to be buying a bunch of stuff just to have to haul it to another state. So really focusing on personal items that I just have had struggles with in the past. We're still buying groceries, of course, we need to eat, and obviously paying bills. And then also we are still buying, birthday and Christmas gifts for our loved ones. Did I fail my October no buy? Well, I don't really think so. I did go ahead and buy a couple things, but I don't think any of them were true wants. The first one was I needed some new body lotion, and I was actually out with a friend when this popped up. We were kind of running errands together, and I was like, hey, I would like to go see if I can buy some body lotion. And my friend, who knows that I'm on this journey, even just asked me in a very loving way, are you sure you really need some new body lotion? And that really allowed me to stop and think about what I already had, and is this a need or a want? I knew that I had absolutely no body lotion at home already, and I told her that. And so she was like, okay, that makes sense. Let's go get you some body lotion. I have dry skin and I need it for the cold weather coming up. And that's how it should be, right? You might have seen other creators talking about Project Pan, which essentially is using up something until you've hit pan, which that kind of relates a lot to makeup. So you have the metal pan that holds the makeup in. And so you hit pan basically means you've used it up. And so this Project Pan is people are committing to just using up their makeup, their skincare items, consumable items that have accumulated because shopping is a major problem right now. Basically using those up until they are completely gone before purchasing anything else. I think what a lot of people are realizing is, oh, that's just normal. That should be normal. And that's, maybe how I used to do it as a kid, or, what my parents used to do, and why have I stopped doing that? And so that also kind of got me thinking, with skincare, with makeup, there's a very visible limit or very visible end to the product. And I think that is my struggle when it comes to clothing and shoes, is there's not as clear of a limit, or at least you don't usually get there as fast as with skincare and makeup. Hitting pan on clothing and shoes looks like maybe there's holes, maybe it's super worn out, threadbare sort of thing. And it usually takes a lot longer to get to that point than it does to use up, a bottle of foundation. And then there's the other aspect of being able to donate clothes really at any point before getting to that deterioration stage, versus like you can't really donate your used makeup or your used skincare. So I think with clothing and shoes, it's a lot easier to have this like cyclical, like I'm buying, I'm donating, I'm buying, I'm donating sort of thing. So anyway, all that to say, it's just been something I've been thinking about, when to decide when clothing and shoes are done, and really trying to think about when I'm going to buy something next in the clothing and shoe category. Is it something that I will want to use until it deteriorates? And also thinking about the longevity of the item in general. Is it well made? Is it good quality? I think those will all be more at the top of my mind when I go to make the purchase in the future. I did end up buying a couple of books as well. I was actually at this major discount outlet store with my parents. They needed something, and I ended up going over to the book section just to look, and there were a couple books that have been, wanting to read, and they were discounted to $5 each. And so I did end up spending $10 to get 2 books. Books were not originally on my no-buy list. I don't feel like at this moment in time I am addicted to buying books, so I felt like it was okay to do. Obviously, that is a want and not a need, so I guess you can be the judge if I failed or not, but I don't feel like it set me back in any way, or it didn't really feel like to me that I failed or anything like that. I did have a little bit of my personal fund. My husband and I pay each of ourselves each month. I had a bit of that left over from the previous month that I just used to cover the books. And then I did end up buying a pack of this very specific cotton underwear that I only wear to sleep in. So again, not really something I wanted to buy. Is it in the clothing category? Technically, yes, but it's not something that I really would need to research or think about too long, or again, I just didn't really see it as breaking the rules because I would classify that as a need. For October, I also wrote down everything that I wanted to buy, but then I didn't, just to total up and see how much I would have spent that month if I would have just given in to my impulse purchases. I really tried this month not to online window shop either, and tried to stay out of physical stores obviously as well. So this might not be as much as what would have been if I was doing my normal things of scrolling online and looking in stores, even though I didn't really need to buy anything. But even so, I still did write down about 10 things that I was really tempted to buy. So quickly just going down the list, there was an Amazon bra that I wanted to buy for 18 bucks, a graphic tee for 30, pajama pants for 18, lotion for $24, a fragrance discovery set for $39, a shirt for $10, another shirt for $10, a holiday themed mug for $8, and that is a total of $157. So not really that much, or as much as I thought it would be, but it's still, over $100 that I saved because I didn't give into the impulse. And I plan to total up all of the things I wanted to buy in November and December as well, and then see like a grand total at the end. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I honestly kind of feel like it might be a little worse in November and December. I don't know. We'll see what happens. In general, what I have learned from stopping shopping for an entire month is that it actually wasn't as scary as I first thought it would be. Granted, I've only gone 1 month, but I do feel a lot more confident to keep going now that I've already have a month under my belt. A funny thing actually happened this month where I heard the delivery truck outside for someone else in the neighborhood, and I had like this weird jolt, like, ooh, like I'm excited to check my front door for what has arrived. And then I remembered like nothing's arriving, nothing's coming because you didn't buy anything. So it just goes to show the instinct is there, and obviously I've created this habit of hearing that delivery truck and having something come to the door. But I definitely feel more confident going into the holidays. Obviously the pressure to shop right now is the highest it will be at during the entire year. Many people, especially on social media, were pushing Christmas before Halloween even. So now that Halloween is over, I feel like the dam has just broken and now we are full into Christmas overload. Like the flood is coming. Which, that's another thing now. I've noticed that holidays are getting pushed earlier and earlier. Like fall is in August now and Christmas is starting in October. And that's another thing I've learned, is that when you're not shopping, when you are actively tuning out to the noise and I'm trying my best not to go on social media and engage in that side of content, you really allow yourself to be in the moment more and really feel the seasons. So right now, right outside our window is this giant maple tree that is beautifully red, and a lot of the other trees and the weather around is really just screaming fall right now. So even though it's November now, I don't feel the urge to put up all my Christmas decor just because it's November 1st. So I really just want to encourage you to be in the moment and feel like you can choose that, you know, you can wait to put up your holiday decor, and there's no one, you know, breathing down your neck. There's no one holding you against your will, saying that you have to put up your holiday decor and celebrate Christmas now in early November. Absolutely no one is really doing that. Even if people are on social media are making it seem that way, you do not have to give in to that. In conclusion, if I can not shop during this super busy season of shopping, I feel like I could do a no-buy month any time of the year from here on out. And I am looking forward to, after this season is done, to really evaluate and really slow down in shopping and take no-buy months when I really feel like I need it. So far it's going really well, and I hope that it's going just as well for you if you are joining in on this journey with me. And if not, don't beat yourself up about it. You know, this is a really hard time of year, especially to do a no-buy. And if you slip up, like, just get up and keep going. You're not alone. I don't want it to seem like this has been super easy or, you know, that I'm perfect in any way. This is a struggle. You are fighting back against an addiction. The road to success and the path of progress is not linear. It can look very up and down. So definitely give yourself grace and know that you are doing great. And honestly, you're doing a much better job than a lot of people nowadays. Thank you so much for listening and joining in with me. Leave a comment down below how you've been doing the month of October, and if you plan to continue on this no-buy journey the rest of the year. And then if you'd like to see more videos, please give a like and subscribe, and I'm really excited to continue on this the next few months. I'll see you next time. Bye.